do it. They don't do it, all at once. They do it little by little. And efforts to make it more difficult for customers to transact in cash, or banks that have made it more difficult, have sparked huge backlash. And I think we can definitely agree. All of you on the channel, you definitely still want access to your cash, but the banks are trying everything they can so you can't get it. So this is Australia banks, but look at this new report we got from the Fed and from these financial institutions that hundreds more banks will fail. And people, they want this to happen because the less banks there is, if they just have a few mega banks, it's a lot easier to control those few mega banks to do what the Federal Reserve and the government wants. So look at this. While hundreds of US banks may be at risk of failure. Let's keep reading, everyone. So a consulting firm analyzed about 4,000 US banks and found 282 banks faced the dual threat of commercial real estate loans and potential losses tied to higher interest rates. We've been warning about this all along, everyone. This commercial real estate, when it does finally implode, will cause a huge financial crisis, and hundreds, it's not me just saying it, hundreds of banks will go under. The majority of those banks are small lenders with less than 10 billion in assets. And you know why? Because the Federal Reserve will bail out, the banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America, but they won't care about the smaller banks. Most of these banks aren't insolvent or even close to insolvent. They're just stressed. Brian Graham said, he's a partner there. That means there'll be fewer bank failures, but it doesn't mean that communities and customers don't get hurt by that stress. That's exactly right. So we have banks going cashless. We have hundreds of banks that will fail. Now, we did just get this US jobs report, and we're getting a lot of conflicting data, and
So there we go. Call all y'all about Shimmy Shai. Call all y'all about Shimmy Shai. All praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Shimmy Shai. I'm going to give double honors to my pastors and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the whole select out there and the elect lady. All right. Amen. As you can see, this place is on its way out of here. Another bank is, not allowing the customers to withdraw cash. This is just the beginning. As you can see, this is the falling of an empire, man. And, we know what's going on. This is what you call stagflation, implosion. All right. In fact, let's go to implosion, implode.
Implode.
Right? As you can see, collapse or cause to collapse violently inwards. See? So the American economy, it's imploding. It's collapsing. The economy is collapsing. The dollar, it's losing its value. The nations don't want to deal with the dollar anymore. Every couple of weeks, every other month, you got different countries applying and filling out to be part of the BRICS. All right? Because they see that there's no future, in dealing with the dollar. There's no future in dealing with the dollar. All right? It's over. It's out of here. Why? Based on prophecy. And I know we got to keep coming to the scripture, Habakkuk 2. And let me go to in verse 6. But see, this is repetitive. We got to keep going back and forth to these scriptures because it's the time we're living in. Should not all these take up a parable against him and a taunt proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And brothers, that's in the know. But for you new brothers, this thick clay, the Hebrew words, yabat.
Strong's H, 5671, avteet.
And as you can see, heavy debts. All right, heavy debts. Okay, because we're in stagflation. What is stagflation? Well, high unemployment rates, high prices, and no economic growth. All right. What is stagflation in simple terms? The term stagflation combines two familiar words: stagnant, meaning it's not really moving, and inflation. Stagflation refers to an economy characterized by high inflation, low economic growth, and high unemployment. All right? So this is what's going on. It's imploding. We see stagflation, and we're going to keep seeing, more and more news about this here in Babylon the Great, because the Lord is imploding. He's injuring. He's breaking, this man's kingdom from the inside out. U.S. job growth totaled 175,000 in April, much less than expected, while unemployment rose to 3.9%. So you're going to have more unemployment rates. You're going to have more high interest rates. You're going to have more heavy debt, because what's going to do, Babylon the Great is going to go right back to his normal routine. Let's print money. And printing money is not resolving the problem. The issue is causing it to get worse. When you print money, all you're doing is adding more debt to the clock. That's why it went from 33 now to 34 trillion. America, it's piling up debts every 100 days, $1 trillion. Do you hear that? That's about 3 months. Every 3 months, the American economy is gaining $1 trillion in debt. I want you to think about that. Think about that. Think about that. And that's where we at, man.
I think that's...
Let's listen to a little bit more.
This is my favorite multi-tool kit so
Goddamn,
far.
man.
Whenever I need to
Stupid
unscrew
ass
anything, I can always find the right
because the data is completely manipulated. But it was funny how the stock market was crashing because all the GDP data was coming in hot, the jobs data was coming in hot, inflation was coming in hot. And then we got this report, and this is how broken the market is right now. They care more about interest rates and money printing than actual, good GDP, jobs growth, company.
Exactly, more money printing, and the nations understand that money is worth nothing, and you've been using the dollar as a weapon, all these years, and these nations around the world, they're fed up. This is why China, as we speak, China, has not been importing and exporting their goods to Babylon the Great. I think that was in the news lately. I think, let me see if I can find it. China, no cans for America, export, imports, news. Okay, there we go. All right, this was back in April, but some news up to lately in May. I know is China no longer the top exporter of the U.S.? CNN, this was back in March. All right, and this was in April. Now I know as of lately, they have not been sending their goods, because that dollar ain't worth nothing. They don't want to deal with that dollar. Nobody wants to deal with the dollar. All right.
earnings, etc. The stock market should go up when GDP goes up, when the jobs market's booming, when companies are earning money. But no, when we get good data, the stock market sells off. But then when we got this, that the unemployment rate rose to 3.9%, the stock market went up. And that's because the Federal Reserve has completely broken the markets. When they say they're going to lift interest rates, they can crash the markets. When they say they're going to lower interest rates, they can cause a market rally. But this article here, farm payrolls increased by 175,000 on the month, below the 240,000 estimate from the Dow Jones. So things in the economy aren't as good as they're leading on. Now, also a more encompassing jobless rate edged up to 7.4%. We've got other ways to calculate what the real unemployment rate is. Some people are putting it even as high as 20%. Because if you're casual, if you're doing 1 hour a week, you're classed as employed. But amidst all of this, Solar Bank stands out as a book about the solar industry as a whole. Administration has 2050, and Solar Bank is at by investing in renewable energy.
Let me
not just
forward
creating
this, because a
jobs,
lot of
but
times,
also contributing
they're
to
all
energy
they doing is
independence and sustainability.
promoting certain businesses they're doing.
Undervalued this company is. Once more analysts start speaking about this company, it is going to have huge potential. So
anyway, let me see. So anyway, that's what's going on. Let me see what
We see the promises
this lady
that go
gathered
into
a
your
lot of
life's
good
work,
information.
and they deserve nothing
And I'm doing
less
this
than a
straight
lifetime.
live right now, raw. What was this?
That what I'm about to share with you was not true, but it is. SWIFT, which by the way stands for Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, a Belgian company, just like Euroclear, if you want to go ahead and connect the dots. So SWIFT just announced
Okay,
its
this was back in
intention.
March. All right, then. Yeah, I did a lesson on this. The CBD is about to launch. This was back in March. Anyway, brothers, you see another bank, falling, and this is just the beginning. No, another bank not allowing to, let and allow their customer to withdraw cash. All right. Shalom.